Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's Monday market update. We have a lot going on this week with CPI data and the FOMC tomorrow and Wednesday. What's really important to understand about these events is that they induce a lot of volatility, and that volatility has one target in mind, and that is liquidity. So, but what I did here is, I've had some analysis for a while where I was talking about putting off the 17.6K high here, this area. Everybody has their eye on this. I've had some analysis for a while in here where I said, why don't we put off this high one more time, put in a range, drop down, actually put in a lower high, continue down, put in another lower high, and reach our final target down here at about the 16.5K zone. With the possibility of going a little bit lower, maybe taking out this low here, but really this would be ideal for me. This is the previous week low, come down, hit the monthly naked point of control, which there are also some other levels here. Fill this fair value gap, have these all these higher lows here that would then act as fuel for then, a move back up, reclaim, breakout of this downtrend for then a move up. To which point then we would go ahead and grab that liquidity at 17.6 that has been kind of on everybody's radar for a while now. So yeah, what I would like to see is to just kind of come down, really anywhere, preferably in here, but maybe even a little bit lower, just somewhere kind of in this zone here, see bullish divergences, some kind of a setup here, take the long trade and look to trade that back up to 17.6. So like I said, the idea of all this volatility that we're going to get here is that it's going to target pockets of liquidity, and the two largest ones are down here at 17.5, 16.5, 16.6, and then up here at 17.5, 17.6. So I do think that, this week we're going to, reach one of these targets, and then have a move kind of in the opposite direction to grab the other side. I would prefer we come down here and then get our move up, but it is, it's possible that we do the very opposite, that we do break out of this downtrend, find support, come up here, and then we have a move down to grab the liquidity here. So we'll just have to be open and kind of keep an eye out for either one of those scenarios playing out. Like I said, the key thing to keep in mind here is that we're targeting liquidity this week with all of the volatility. And those two areas are here and here. Taking a look at LTC, we did hit our TP1 last night, which was great. So we looked to take out these highs. We did just that, entered some shorts here, and then we even got another opportunity here, which was really, really nice. And then of course, that move down, hitting the daily, that 74 take profit one that we were targeting, and this pocket of liquidity here. And now, the next area of liquidity that I'm interested in is down here for to take out this low here. What I would look for, and this will obviously go in tandem with BTC. I would like to either get our move down here or go up to this weekly level, then get our move down, take out this low, and then for maybe some degree of a bounce, which would then give us this, which would then kind of give us this range here that we would be in. We come here, bounce, go up, and we would just ultimately kind of be in a range up here. However, with that said, like the final target of this rising wedge would be at least the 0.5 in the midline here. So somewhere, in this green rectangle here, so somewhere kind of in this zone would sort of be like the final target for this rising wedge. So how it's going to get here, how quickly it's going to go down, it's yet to be seen. Are we going to kind of get this bounce up to the weekly here, or do we come down here first, then get the weekly, then come down, or do we simply just continue to fall and lose levels? And I think that you know, that CPI data is going to give us some direction tomorrow. I think with LTC, at least with BTC, we could see something just like, you know, a massive move of volatility and then just range inside of it until the FOMC meeting. So we'll have to kind of wait and see what happens with that. But that's for LTC, you know, that's kind of what I'm looking at, is to begin our next leg down or get a move up and come down here. But ultimately to take out this low, my next take profit's at 71. So we'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. FTM is forming this cup and handle. Now, typically the handle will go down to the 0.5 of the depth of the cup here. So we would be looking for somewhere around here, which is also the bottom of this channel. So we can see it held a support, deviated, reclaimed, came back down, had another deviation, which is pretty wild to me. So we're looking to back test the bottom of the channel again. You know, flip this zone to support, see some bullish divergences, and then ultimately start to break out of these trend lines and look for, you know, some degree of a move to the upside. And of course, this is all pending BTC and the movements of the general market coming up this week. But for me, I that would kind of be the move that I would like to see there. So stay safe this week. Be patient with your trades and understand that the objective with these events this week, when it comes to, you know, trading, what you often see what the market does here, if we go ahead and hide some of these here, what the market ultimately does in weeks like this is shake people out. You know, like when that data comes out, we could expect something like this, and then it'll range. And then the FOMC meeting, maybe we come down and then we get, you know, some dovish talk, and then we can come back up. You know, it'll just be very, very volatile. And the one thing I can recommend to you is to kind of like what I was preaching here is that, you know, not to get caught up in trading what's happening right now. Like in the market at this point in time, like I personally don't have a lot of edge here. There's not a lot of indicators saying that like, yeah, we're going to pump from here, we're going to go down from here. You know, although just looking at what I do have, I would still prefer lower. Now, what I can say is that when we reach this zone, I will likely have a lot of edge in the market to be able to say, yeah, I would look for a long setup here if I see XYZ. When we reach this zone, I have a lot of edge in the market where I could say, yeah, I want to see XYZ for a short opportunity. So I'm just going to remain patient. Whatever price does in here, I'm not going to trade it. I'm simply going to let it play out. Like I said, down here, look for long. Up here, look for short. And we'll just play it from there. So I'll stay active in the Discord all week, and we'll look to cover it. I'm pretty excited to finally get some volatility here. I think that this tight range has been pretty frustrating, but nonetheless, I do think we're going to be breaking out of it this week, so we do have that to look forward to.